Welcome to this exciting session. My name is Michael Oriola. I'm K-Com manager at DS Smith. DS Smith is a global player in packaging industry, developing and producing packaging solutions in more than 30 countries. In a closed loop business model, we have three divisions: paper, packaging, and recycling. Redefining packaging for a changing world is our purpose. We are different as we believe that packaging can play a major role in the world we are living. We help our customers respond to changing shopping habits with the sustainable packaging solutions that our society needs. Customer wants more from products with less impact on the environment, and that's precisely the topic that we will cover during this session. First of all, I have pleasure in introducing my teammate Rachida Dahmani from DS Smith.
Hi, everyone.
I also have pleasure in welcoming on stage our partners, Decathlon, Bruno Deveau and Peter Lazaris.
Hello.
Guys. Would you like, please, just to introduce you very briefly? What are you doing every day when waking up?
Yep, I'm Peter, so I'm the business developer for cycling globally. One of my projects is to lead with my colleague Bruno and his team the transformation of packaging for bikes for global delivery in all custom zones around the world. And that's what I work on today on this project. I have other hats which I put on a few times a day. I'm a very keen cyclist and a very keen runner as well. So very happy to be working on the project of bikes, obviously. Very passionate about cycling.
And I'm Bruno, so I joined Decathlon 15 years ago now. And I had the chance and the opportunity to join packaging team in Decathlon 4 years back. And today I am managing a team, and more than a team, a project inside the packaging in order to find the best solution to protect product, people and the planet all along the transportation, the supply chain of Decathlon.
Thank you, Bruno. Rachida.
And I'm Rachida. I'm key account manager dedicated for e-commerce in DS Smith packaging division. I had the pleasure to work with this amazing company since the past 2 years. So I'm supporting the field sales into business development and also how to answer to the e-commerce challenges that our customers are facing every day. So I work with a team, and I'm really happy to be here to share with you our insight on the
free one. Yeah.
topic.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So, sustainable packaging for brand loyalty and customer retention. What an inspiring topic. And to cover it, we needed two major ingredients. First of all, a great partner. So thank you again to our Decathlon guests to be with us today. And second, an exciting business case that we will introduce and present you now. But beforehand, we will first of all cover our respective packaging strategies. How packaging is important to Decathlon. What are you guys doing to delight your customers with exciting packaging solutions? And in front of that, what kind of answers provide DS Smith to Decathlon to make these delighting moments happen? How are we organized, and which kind of tools and methodologies do we use? Sustainability is at the heart of this session, at the heart of our strategy, and at the heart of our daily activities. We will also cover this topic in showing you how do we combine the customer expectations today with the sustainable requirements that we have to meet. Then one of the main point of and the hot point of this presentation will be to show how did we co-design and co-develop the nice solution which is still hiding inside the box, and that you will discover at the end of the session while living the customer experience live. To start with, Bruno, I will leave it to you now to introduce the global packaging strategy of Decathlon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Michael. So first of all, everyone knows Decathlon, I guess, in the room. Decathlon is a retail sports company. And today we are retailing in more than 17 countries in the world. And so we have a business of 15 billion euros yearly with more than 100,000 employees around the world. And we have the chance in Decathlon to master the conception until the delivery of the products. And so linked to that, we have one mission, which is to bring, to make sports accessible for the many. And for that, we need, of course, the packaging, because we cannot sell a product in the world without a packaging. So we have the primary packaging that you discover in the store. You have the secondary and the tertiary packaging that are necessaries to transport and to make it available all around the world. So the packaging, as you said, Michael, it is really important for us in Decathlon, because in terms of connectivity with the customer, it is part of the image value that we want to spread to our customer. And very often, moreover now with in this last 2 years, the e-commerce is booming everywhere, and the packaging becomes the first interface between the customer and Decathlon when they are on digital channel. Okay, and so during this last 2 years, we had a big challenge for e-commerce, and one of the nature of product that we decided to focus on is bikes.
Indeed. So bikes as our business model is one of our biggest categories in the business. We produce, as Bruno said, all of our bikes with our industrial partners, and we ship them throughout each continent and all over the world. And our customers have very strong expectations. We want to be sure that the product arrives at the customer's home in perfect condition. Indeed, the challenges of growth in e-commerce business over the last 2 years, which was already accelerating quickly, but has been hyper-accelerated due to the COVID, and is still challenging and still growing quickly throughout the world. It does mean it puts particular pressures on our products, and it's a shame. You'll see some examples in a second, some very sad photographs, sadly, to bring you some sad news in this presentation in a second, which will illustrate the difficulties that we face with a non-standard product, which has high value, and which can be very fragile as well. So it is very challenging. So it was very important when we speak to our customers, they no longer want to go to a store to collect their product. They want to decide where they want to be delivered and how they want to be delivered. That's the customer's choice, and we need to find a solution to be able to reply to that need. So the great product needs to arrive in perfect condition. So the packaging is a key way of delivering on this promise to our consumers. And working with our industrial partners, we were able to come up with a really great solution to allow us to accelerate. This might well be the first step on a long journey. I think it will be. There'll be other changes and evolutions over time, and that's why we need to work in proximity with our partners to improve experience, to deliver in more varied places throughout the world, in every country in the world. And it's very important for our business that we do so.
So 18 months ago, we launched this project, the Decathlon Bike Box project, with 4 value creation, 4 main expectations. The first one, of course, was the best customer experience, because when we sell a bike on digital channel, we have a lot of feedback from customers saying that the bike is good, but the delivery is not. Okay, so we decided to change this. The second value creation was directly linked to that when we analyze the things, is that our previous bike box was not fitted to the last kilometer constraints and to the logistics constraints. We were used for many years to produce bikes, to put it in a carton box, then to ship it to the warehouse, and then after the warehouse it was directly going to the stores. The box was removed, and then we sold the bikes to the customer. On e-commerce, the bike comes to the customer, and so we had to change it. Okay. The third value creation, because we had a lot of different usage of biking in Decathlon, for the city, for the kids, for the rock rider, for the outdoor mountain sports, etc., etc. It was very difficult for us to make one bike, one box. In terms of efficiency, in terms of supply, it is very difficult to manage it. In terms of availability of stocks also. So the target of this project was to find the right number of bike box in order to fit to for the bigger reference, the larger reference of bikes. And the last point, we know this topic. We all know this topic, and it is important. We have to act daily for that. And so sustainability and eco-friendliness was really important. Sustainability is more important for us because we are touching the environment, but also the safety of the people around the full chain of Decathlon, and until the customer. And for sure, we are in Decathlon, so you know the quality for price value that we are pushing. And so the purpose was to find also the best cost for the best quality on this carton box.
Yeah, the quality delivery, we expect it to be the same for a bike costing 150 to 200 euros, as well as a bike costing 6,000 euros. There's no reason we should give a customer a different or a poorer experience based on the price of the bike. So that's fundamentally important to the project, because otherwise you're paying the kind of a lottery with the consumer and penalising those customers who don't have means, and that's wrong. So we don't want that. We want to be sure that every customer has the perfect experience every time. It's our goal. Irrelevant of means, which country they're in the world, it should have no effect on that target whatsoever.
And there's something I particularly like when you speak about customer experience when having the unboxing phase, is that you want your customers to discover what's inside the box as a gift. And I think it's something that is also quite significant in the approach that you have, that it has to be a delighting moment, but
exactly.
Even beyond that. So it has to be like a moment of joy. When
you are completely right, Michael, and this is our wish. We are working in order to say that every parcel that the customer receives from Decathlon is like a gift. You are happy to receive it, but you are also very eager to open it and to discover what is inside. And when you discover what is inside, you are also very eager to make it happen, so ready to write. So it was also a step of unboxing that we needed to work on in order to enhance the customer experience.
I think indeed, adding to what Bruno said, the big change for us is that in the past we viewed this as a cardboard object, which is true, Bruno. We did. We did. It was
something that you put in the rubbish, right?
You're going to keep this box for as long as you bike, hopefully. But the purpose, it's part of the product now. The way that we integrate the product manager who designs a customer experience for his end user no longer just looks at how the bike performs. It also wants to see how the first time the customer will open the product and touch it for the first time. So the packaging is now part of that process for the product manager who analyzes that part of the market. And that's been, I've noticed, a fundamental change. I've come from retail, 25 years in the business, and this is something which I haven't experienced before, so it's been a joy for me to see it. I've only been doing this for 9 months, and I must say that this is a change from what I've experienced for the last nearly quarter of a century. Can you believe it?
Exactly.
I've been retiring in a few years. So it's been a big change. So I'm really happy personally as speaking to end users that it's part of the product, and that is fundamental to how we view this package.
Excellent, and I think it's something that we also experienced during the development phase, and that we've been able to feel directly.
Yes, indeed. Going to this delighting moment that you guys have been talking about, we will first go through the 3 different e-commerce challenges that we had to discuss to design the perfect solution. So everyone knows that all the products goes to a very complex life cycle, and in the e-commerce supply chain there's a lot of things to be considered. The omnicanality, the reverse mode, and all the different handlings that the product are facing before reaching its final destination, which is the customer. We will also go through the sustainability topic that Michael mentioned, and explain you how at DS Smith we manage to design something eco-friendly together with Decathlon, and actually we share exactly the same vision. So this is really important, that because we worked as a team on those challenges and we manage as a team to bring something very special to the final customer. So then this where we will take you to the experience. So someone will be picked from the audience, and
That's a secret.
sorry for that. I won't say much.
No one
there.
knows.
Be ready, be ready.
Do they win the bike at the end?
Probably.
So that's your choice.
So I expect some hands
Alright.
to go up in a minute.
Okay, so we'll go through the customer experience and what does it mean for Decathlon and also maybe for us. So at DSMIS we have a unique way of working. Means before just receiving a brief and working on it and handing it over to our conceptor team, we are at the very beginning involved with the supply chain of our customer. Means we try to go on site to do a full audit from the inbound process, the picking, from the shipping to the customer delivery and then the return. So we analyze all of these different steps and we try to map the e-commerce pain points and needs. So thanks to that, we are able then to gather all together in our Packride Center facility, where Decathlon team came and where we managed to have a brainstorming and to discuss and to try out a different design based on the brief, of course, but on the different pain points and challenges that Decathlon has been going through. So, of course, as DSMIS, we have our own tools. We have the disk tool, which is helping us to do the shock testing. We have eBro, which is designed for the box range optimization, but Midas as well, which is linking 600 of our designer all together and which give more insight and knowledge to our people to make sure that at the end what we design is really fits the customer requirements. So through this methodology, we end up with a solution that we will, of course, evaluate, but we have to mention that at DSMIS, we also use our circular principle concept, which are very important to us because it goes with our business model based on the circular economy. And actually, this is also something that we are strongly sharing with Decathlon. So thanks to all this concept, we are, I think, able to perform and to exceed the expectation and to make sure that at the end of the day, the packaging that we are designing together and along with our customer will really meet all the demand.
And sorry to interrupt
Yes.
you, Rachida, but this is a real opportunity for us and a real facility because you can see here there is a bike in front of you, but Decathlon, it is 56,000 reference of products going from a cereal bar, a socks, to this kind of products. And so we have to find a packaging to fit to be able to transport this product. And so with this experience that you propose, with this tool that you propose, which is an experience for us as a customer that we come, we visit, we make with your team, it is really suitable to our expectation.
Great.
So you touched at the end of what you said, Rachida, the sustainability topic, which is key, and again, which is at the heart of every development that we perform for our customers. What about your strategy at Decathlon, Bruno?
So I don't know if all of you knows, but Decathlon changed its sense a few months back, 1 year back, something like that. And now our purpose is to be useful to the people and to their planet. Okay, so this is a sense of our job, of our daily job, and we are building project for that. Linked to the packaging part, we have 4 axes that we have to work on, that we commit, okay, on the market, and I can share with you. There's no problem. We want to have eco-design packaging. Okay, so we define some criteria of eco-design packaging with recycled materials, with the mono materials, and so on and so on. We want to remove all the single-use plastic as far as we can, and we have a commitment for that in 2025 for production, 2026 in the warehouse, in the store. And we want to have every cellulose packaging coming with sustainability on the forest, So with some certification like FSC or PEFC. Okay. The final target is to be able to decrease our CO2 impact. I don't say that we will have neutral CO2 impact. It is not the case. We know it. But we want to decrease as much as possible. And so today you don't see any figures on the date and on the percentage of decrease because we are working on. It is very difficult to animate it and to manage it in terms of value, so that's why we don't put it here. But we are working on, and this is why we are here today also, is to share this this point with the SMEs.
Exactly.
And I think what made sense also in our partnership is when we started working together is that we have, of course, compared our respective views and strategies, and we have easily and quickly found some matches and commonalities in our approach. At DSMIS, the sustainability policy or strategy is called For Now and For Next. And we have a number of pillars, of targets that are matching with the ones that Bruno just highlighted. The first one is to be in a closed loop business, in producing 100% recyclable or reusable packaging solutions. Then the second aspect is to make the most of every fiber. And here the intention is to meet the performance targets with the right level of material and with the right packaging structure needed, not more, not less. Then reducing waste and pollution, as you said, Bruno, removing single-use plastics or problem plastics is also in our strategy, and our aim is to find some paper-based solutions in order to replace those plastic and polluting materials. And then, I mean, we are in a changing world, as said in our purpose, and I think one of the key points of our strategy is also to lead this transition towards the circular economy. And this is also the sense of our participation as a partner to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, where we also investigate and deploy solutions to more circular economy. Then, as Rachida also mentioned a bit earlier, we, on a day-to-day base, on a daily base, we develop our packaging solutions with the circular design principles, like protect brand and products, which is basics, but which has its importance. Today, the cost of a damage claim can be very huge in terms of rework, product replacement, waste. Customer image is also, so the price for that it can be very high. Therefore, it's important that we have the right level of protection of the product and the brand. Then another aspect is to optimize the material that we use and again to fit to the right level of expectation and meet these performance targets and find the right combination. Keep the fiber in use for longer is also a main point of our design approach and strategy. So there are four basic R's that we follow as a principle. So reuse, return, repurpose, and recycle. That is very key in our developments. And last but not least, also maximizing supply chain efficiency is a key point in order to make sure that the product will resist and withstand all the touch points of the supply chain up to the consumer. And to measure it and to assess how circular our solutions are, we, DSMIS, have innovated and invented a concept whose name is Circular Design Matrix. So with this matrix, with these 8 indicators, so we are able to assess how sustainable, how circular the solution is in comparison with other concepts. And that's the main decision driver and the decision support tool when we develop new designs in order to orient the choice to one or the other solution. Mm-hmm. And we started in saying that sustainability is somehow common sense, so we have to move to this sustainable revolution. And we are happy to see that we have common goals with our partners, Decathlon, and that's very key. I just mentioned the topic circular design metrics. I will leave it now to our sales, marketing, and innovation director, Marc Chiron, to give you a few words about that.
There has never been a more exciting time in packaging. The design that we produce today can and will affect our future and the future generations to come. Our circular design metrics, with its 8 indicators, is a new breakthrough tool that for the first time make it possible to see and compare the performance of a packaging solution. This enables us to provide packaging for our customers which is fit for the circular economy and a more sustainable future.
Thank you, Marc. So I think he even didn't know that he was participating today, but okay, so we spoke about now the theory. Let's now move to the real concept, and let's introduce this co-development that we had with our Decathlon partner.
Exactly. Okay, sorry.
So cheers, Bruno.
Sorry. Cheers.
I hope that's water, Bruno.
Yeah, it is.
Where's my glass?
So you understand well, DS Smith, Decathlon, we are sharing the same sense, we are sharing some values, we are sharing some difficulties that we have, and in front of us we find an industrial partner who has some solution to propose to us, some tools which are available. And so we launched a project on the bike box. We decided to make this happen, and this is what we will present you now. So the brief of this packaging solution was to say we had some difficulties. Peter will present it to you later on. The target was to have one box, one packaging solution, which is not one box, but one packaging solution to enhance the customer experience, to make a greater experience for the environment, and to fulfill to every expectation. Every expectation in Decathlon means production expectation for the factory who produce the bikes, the logistic, let's say from the supplier to the warehouse, the last kilometers logistic, and the customer expectation. Okay, and so what was the starting point of this analysis? It is all the pains that we have on this project. So Peter, if you want to to explain us what was the pain on the bikes?
Yeah, thanks, Bruno. So obviously, what happened with the packaging? These aren't every delivery. I want to reassure you, this is not what we do for every customer. This is just some examples to illustrate some of the difficulties, just to be absolutely clear. So obviously, we talk about customer experience of the product itself, but we have to talk about user experience too. So we have lots of users, key users in the chain. So one is the logistics team, the last kilometer, the delivery team who deliver to people's homes, the transport of it, the delivery to the customer as well, and also the return, the reverse logistics, which is a very non-automated process today, where we're asking our customers to repackage our bikes for us in sometimes a poor quality packaging. It makes it very difficult. So these are some of the pain points if you want to eliminate. These are photographs that some of them have been delivered to some of our country directors and some commercial leaders. I used to receive these kind of photographs on occasion when I was commercial director for the United Kingdom, and they're very painful photographs to receive, and it hurt me to receive these photographs. And so the only KPI I have is never to receive this kind of email ever again. I think that's my key KPI.
Moreover, we are both practicing bike sports.
Yes, we're keen cyclists.
We like the bikes
a lot,
and when we can see this, it's like a nightmare for us.
Yeah,
we were suffering a lot for that.
Yeah, we were suffering. So these are things we want to eliminate, and it's a key thing. We had a packaging which was for internal logistics only, but the world's changed. We need to move on. Our bikes are changing their shape more and more, longer, heavier, electric. These are not 7 kilogram bikes. These are 25 to 27 kilogram bikes, often delivered to non-cyclists, first-time cyclists. And so we have lots of challenges as the consumer is changing too. So we have to keep up with pace and go faster maybe than the market is expecting today.
And so we went to see DS Smith, and DS Smith proposed us to co-develop a common solution to answer to our problems.
Exactly, and the way we manage this co-creation process is within the framework of what we call a pack-right approach. The pack right approach is, let's say, a mindset, is a concept that we propose to our customers in order to co-design the best possible solution. The idea is, first of all, to get some insights from them. As Rachida said, we visited some plants or warehouses of Decathlon to understand their supply chain, all the pain points and all the touch points of the packaging. Then the Decathlon team visited us, and in order to understand also how do we design and how do we produce a packaging, because it's very important also in a successful partnership to understand each other's and know how is the other working on a daily basis. And then the process is then going like this, that once we get some insights, so we work on a brief, and then the idea is to brainstorm, to sit in a same room, so for a 1 or 2 days workshop.
Together.
And together, absolutely, all together. Not only with packaging engineers, so they are a pluridisciplinary team with buyers, with production leaders,
Sometimes
with
customers.
with marketing, e-commerce offer leaders, etc. So the idea is to have the broadest possible population to find all the ideas that can pop up. And we also use our Midas data bank, which is the place, the virtual place where we locate all our designs, concepts, and best practices, so to get inspiration from it. And then the idea is to sit in this room during 1 and 2 days, brainstorm, challenge the solutions, and to have the possibility to test them on site. So we have a rapid prototyping machines, being also able to print directly on the carton and to get a concept that is not only a 3D concept, but something that you really have physically in your hands, that you can touch, fold, feel, etc. And then step by
Test.
and try, absolutely, and challenge. Then there are a number of methodologies and tools that are decision support tools, value tools, all kinds of predictive tools. And from these insights, we move to final concept with then all the decision drivers in order to make the right choice. And this is exactly how we did. It lasts something like 2 months from the first initial brief up to the concept that has been chosen, and then the industrialization phase has started. And as you said, Bruno, we had, as part of the brief, some key challenges, like having a single material box concept, a unique concept also, to have the wow effect, and also to, of course, protect the product inside and get rid of the EPC or straps that were inside the box before.
Exactly.
And this is how it concretely happened. So we had these great sessions, these cooperation sessions with mixed teams between Decathlon teammates and DS Smith teammates.
We arrived with the bikes, with many bikes.
Exactly.
Different size, different models.
Absolutely. And then so it was a nice mess in the prototype room, but it's been very constructive and very successful.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the main, let's say, recepts to develop a delighting concept is to ask at every stage of the development key questions. And those questions are summarized within the framework of a concept that we call 5 easies. So among these questions is first, is the product easy to source, easy to produce? Then is it easy to pack? So we consider all the steps of the chain, of the operational chain. Mm-hmm. So the packing operation is key. Then we have to ship this packaging, and so has the design been tested in different delivery conditions? My apologies. Then how is it easy to the customer? And we will move step by step to the customer experience side. and how is it reusable or recyclable when the packaging is not needed anymore, either going into the trash or being reused with a second life, which is part of what has been also developed within this concept.
Yes, you're right. This is exactly the experience. We receive the parcel at home. Wow, I'm happy. I'm opening. I see the product inside. I make the assembly steps, and I'm ready to ride. But then, what about the rest? I have 2 kgs or 3 kgs of wastage that I have. If I am in a flat in a city, then I have to go down to my rubbish and so on. It is really a nightmare. So all these were part of the brief, and you're completely right. And this is the solution that we designed together. This is it. So today you have one packaging solution for each bike, a compact box, 150 by 24 by 80 centimeter. You saw the picture just before. It is 40% less in terms of volume than the previous solution. You can see the difference, okay? And this is the last solution. No overhang on the Euro pallet. So every bikes are transported on the Euro pallet on the back wheel. So we have no overhang. So in logistics, it is really perfectly fits to the rack. For a truck, it is a better solution. 7 handles, because we have to do care about the safety of the people who carry this box daily in our warehouse. No more staples. Before we had staples. When you remove the bike from the carton box, you have scratch on your arms, and it is really a nightmare. All this is when you practice. When you spend 2 days unpacking the bike in the warehouse, you can really imagine it. And so it was part of the job to be done with this packaging solution. We have the return option. So if you are not satisfied, you always have, and we saw many presentations during the fair today, during the others, saying that, okay, we have to do care about the return. And so, of course, we need a packaging solution. We help to the customer to say, I'm not happy with it. I have to return it to my store. United design. So one design, Decathlon. Before we had different usage, different brands between Rockrider, Triban, Riverside, and so on.
But even worse than that, every country in Europe sourced its own packaging.
Yes.
Yes, I saw you. Yeah, indeed, not very efficient at all. Therefore, we had different brandings going out in different countries. So depending on which warehouse was sending you your bike, you could have a box this big or that size, and blue or black, or not even written Decathlon, written nothing sometimes. So that's it's not serious.
Yes.
Really, is it?
And it is not the expectation of our customer.
Absolutely
in
not.
terms of experience, it
No,
is
not
not
at all.
fitting to what we want. One packaging fitting for several bikes, several models, from S to XL. Okay, you have different size of bikes, so you have one solution for that. Less plastic. We didn't succeed yet. We are really transparent. We didn't succeed yet to remove all the plastic. Okay, we are working on. It is not easy. You have some scratch. If you remove it, you have scratch from paper on the frame of the bike, so which is not good at all. So we decided to keep some plastic. So you will see some plastic inside.
There's plastic you can reuse yourself though for other purposes. So it's not a throwaway in the bin type of. You will see in a second the Velcro attachments are reusable by the cyclist and at home as well.
We have a more stable solution. Before the bikes were falling down, and e-commerce proof for click and collect. Digital, we have a QR code like this. The first step for the customer is to click on the QR code. Now everyone knows the QR code with the COVID. So it's unfortunately we had COVID, but fortunately we have now the QR code technology which is available and for everybody. And so everyone knows when they click on it and they go directly on the customer website where you can find all the explanation how to assemble your bikes and so on and so on.
Okay, Bruno. So actually, you covered almost the next slides because we have only 5 minutes left. So we will have to hurry up if we want to go through the customer experience we've been discussing. So I suggest that we move to the customer experience directly,
Yeah,
unless
go
you want to
ahead.
say a few words on the previous slide, so that
Peter?
Yes, go back one quickly.
Yeah.
This is you can take a photograph if you wish, but essentially these are 8 elements that really make the bike box in a nutshell for us. And so we've really considered as many parts of the chain as we can. They're not in a particular order; they're just numbered to allow you to read it in that order. But we really take into consideration the whole process because we are a fully integrated business. So we really had to take that into consideration. And the customer journey is really important, particularly the self-assembly side of it. The sustainability we've already touched. But that side of it's a very scary thing for a consumer. I urge you to order a bike tomorrow, not from anyone. It's a very scary process. You don't know when you're going to get delivered. Is it complicated to build? I'm not maybe technically able to build a bike. I'm a bit put off by buying a bike because it's complicated. It needs to be easy and for the consumer and an enjoyable experience. And we want people to take photographs of the box when they receive it at home and share that with their friends. And I follow plenty of brands on social media, and the first thing people do is a new bike box today, and they share it on their social platforms, and that's the beginning of their journey. So that home delivery side of it, the self-assembly, has to be really enjoyable for the consumers. It is critical for. Thank you. They're already applauding. They haven't even heard the presentation. So there we go. So let's move on to the next slide.
You're right, Peter, and I think Rachida, you have some data on that, saying that it can be a very good things for Decathlon, because when the unboxing is right, then it is a promotion for us. But when it is not the right one, then it is a nightmare, because everyone knows that when they receive a bike, it is not good. So maybe you want to take the
No,
mic on this.
I just wanted to ask you how actually you've been promoting your brand through social network thanks to our digital printing solution, because not all the customers are requiring the QR code and the barcodes.
Yes.
So we would like to know through those printing solutions how you succeed in making the customer experience successful.
So what I suggest is we go directly to the unboxing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
First of all, are there any cyclists in the room who likes to ride a bike?
Who is cycling?
Great, first person.
Perfect.
Please come here. There we go. We've never met each other before. It's not. We haven't planted this person in the audience.
Maybe you can.
Huh?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, well, you can come here then. So this is a. What's your name? Sophia. Hi, I'm Peter. So this is a consumer's part of the shopping journey. They receive details at home. So if you can come this side. So you'll ask you to open the side of the boxes using these 2 tabs. There we go. And the next one. Good. We can lift the lid up. So no more staples or tape anymore. And we've just recently shipped the bike in this kind of box to California for the Denver Outdoor Show for our teammates over there. And the bike was fully protected on the journey and no tape, so it can be transported globally as well. So open the bike fully.
You can come if you want to.
So you can see inside.
Yeah.
The bike is fully protected with no tape or staples at all inside the packaging. Thank you very much. You haven't finished yet. You haven't. So if you can take the saddle out to the. Thank you very much. Put it somewhere safe. Imagine you're in your kitchen, and you receive a box as well. And in this box you have all your tools and accessories with a QR code for the consumer to open up and access also the information leaflet.
And the QR code drives you to the unboxing video, where you explain all the steps to assemble your bikes.
Which the consumer will already receive within 24 hours of purchase, and also the QR code is duplicated on the sticker, which isn't on this box, which will also be unique to every single bike. So the video we dedicated to each individual bike for the customer journey as well. So there we go, you've opened your packaging. Thank you. So the next step, you'll be taking out your insert. So the choice of the card is also anti-abrasive, is that correct, Bruno?
Yeah, exactly. This is why we have chosen white paper.
Cool.
It is to avoid any scratches on the.
So now you
frame.
remove the wheel. So again, very easy to remove. So the wheel is not very light, of course. A very nice wheel. The nose, quite expensive wheel actually. So a nice, lovely wheel. Good choice of bike, by the way. Well done. Good. And then you remove the insert for this one here. This one here. Again, another piece of cardboard which you can reuse. Put it to the side
to protect the disc of the wheel.
So what we take now, you take the bike at the front, hold there, correct, and then pull it forward this way and drop it over the front here. Good. And then the consumer then has access to assemble their bike and then it allows we won't expect you to assemble the bike. It'll take you about 30 minutes. But you can see the bike here is. Thank you very much. A round of applause, please. Thank you. So the bike is fully protected inside the box. Bruno spoke about some of the single-use plastic we have. We have these Velcro straps here which can be reused, but that's the extent of what we have inside. Very nice bike. If anybody wants to win it, if you can just give me €3,500, you can take it home with you today. It's a special offer for today. There's no wheel in it or saddle. And the rear tyre is also protected. Again here it's an offset system so that the rear derailleur is protected. So every detail has been thought of. And the good thing is this is modular for different size tyres, different size of frames, different types of bikes. And this will cover how many models, Bruno? Does this one 45?
Today we have already validated 45 models, but we know that there are more coming.
Yeah, in this one pack, so all the so a big part of our online model really works well with this packaging. And the benefit with the packaging as well, it's no bigger than the packaging on a flat screen television potentially. It can be opened using at the base, like on the top. It can be put flat behind a wardrobe under your bed or in the garage and reused again. And we know of consumers who travel with their bike, so the aim is to give purpose to the product again so it doesn't die the day it arrives in someone's home. So the purpose is they can reuse it again, travel with it.
Exactly.
We're also thinking in our stores, because we deliver these bikes to stores as well, to offer them to consumers potentially, so they can come to the store to collect their package, make a donation to a charity. We're thinking of all kind of ways which we can give repurpose to the card in our warehouses and in our stores, so customers can find it useful. There are lots of ideas for our communication plan coming up, which would be quite exciting to promote what we can do with the box. We can maybe a house for a child in their playroom or something, but something which can be repurposed and reused. Can we make furniture out of it? Can we make a tool helpful for cyclists to maintain their bike and support their bike in their garage? What can we do with this packaging? So these are ideas we're going to start to explore to give another meaning and a purpose and a new life to the packaging.
And this was really important for us because this is the sense of Decathlon. And today, with this solution, we can see that on the total value chain of Decathlon, we cannot make any choice. We don't have to make the choice between economy and ecology. And so with this kind of solution, we combine both interests, both advantage. And this is really a nice experience for us, for the workers inside Decathlon, but also for the bikes factory, because they really prefer this solution, which is suitable for their daily job, and also for the customer.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So the final word for Rachida.
Yes, so now the next challenge for sure is to duplicate this solution throughout Europe, because today it is launched in France. So next step is Italy, Portugal, Spain, and probably other countries. What I want to highlight is it's very important for us as a packaging strategist to be associated to the project from the very beginning, so that we cover all the different steps of the supply chain and so on, as you have seen throughout the presentation today. We also want to share that it's important to trust each other as a partner, because this could not have been possible without being fully transparent to our Decathlon colleagues. And as one team, we have managed to come with this beautiful experience. So maybe you want to give the last word?
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Maybe any questions from the from the group? Maybe none. But if you have any, please feel. Yes. Hello.
Malena.
Can you? There's a microphone coming for you now.
Have you had any feedback from your customers?
So we've done some testing with some of our consumers already, but more kind of cold testing really. We started the production switch in our production facility in Lille. We did our first trial run about 2.5 months ago.
Yes.
I suppose no news is good news to a degree, so let's leave it at that for now. We're starting our full switch in the production facility in Lille the next 2 to 3 weeks on all of our road bikes, all of our high-end mountain bikes, and then we'll get pretty quick direct consumer feedback within that time. And we're in the process really of really testing it out in the field very quickly to get the most amount of consumer feedback. It's a work in progress. We know this is only the beginning of a journey, so that's fine. We'll get some feedback from our teammates too. We do have quite a strong presence of our unions in France in our retail chain, and so we did present to our health and safety unions last week in Lille, who are very enchanted by the work that we've done for protecting our workmates. And so if we can do a good job to protect our teammates in logistics, production and retail, I think we can go a long way as well to make it a safe consumer journey. But it's a good question. It's something we're going to continue to do every day and to improve our packaging. So
Yeah, I complete Peter, because
please do, Bruno.
today we are launching the mass production of this solution, so this is very good. We never tested before the full chain, but what we did is we test some part of the chain. So we implement this solution in a warehouse e-commerce, and so we ship it to the customer. And what we saw in the satisfaction of the customer, we have a way to measure it. And today our target is to reach 4.65 on 5.
Yeah, but normally if a product is below 3.75, we remove it from our ranges.
And so when we put this solution in the warehouse, we saw directly the impact on the satisfaction of the customer on bikes. So this is very good. And the second test that we did is that we sell it in Belgium.
Yes.
One reference.
Yes, we've had 3 models in Belgium sold in store and online, which is a not as good as this solution actually, for the last 10, 12 months. And there's been no reduction in customer satisfaction, at least. So it hasn't got worse. Let's leave it at that. But this is an improved solution on that one. And there might be better ones in the future too. We expect that to happen.
This is just the start of the story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
We have time for one more question.
Yeah, please.
Hi, you've said this box is set up for customer returns. How does a customer go about returning a box, or an online customer go about returning that size box?
They'll be doing their customer return through the online portal, so they can register the return. They'll receive a video how to repackage their bike if they need to. And then there's a normal return process. From there on, the carrier will contact the customer and arrange an agreed time to collect the packaging and then return it back to our depot. I think that's more challenging though in markets like the United States, where we have no more stores. We only have online retail, and we also sell through third-party retailers, and that's a little bit more challenging. And so we're still trying to figure that one out. But I guess if we wait for perfection, we'll never start. So I guess we'll have to start somewhere. But that process isn't easy, particularly on a complicated, heavy, technical product, which can be difficult to repackage, and you possibly be angry with the product. You might not like it very much. You might want to put it back in the package with much care. And I think these are things that we need to really consider a lot lot and be more
considering it's oversized as well.
It's difficult
for you guys.
Yeah. But the packaging is 40% smaller than the previous packaging. Yeah. So, and if we can maybe give a packaging of higher quality when they receive it, they might be more likely to receive a less damaged bike. So statistically, the returns will reduce for non-quality deliveries. So we can maybe spend more time with the consumers that really aren't happy at all and give better service. But a final point on that one, in France, from this autumn, we're trialing a service whereby consumers, when they purchase a bike, they can purchase an assembly service as well. So a trained technician will go to the customer's home. We can then, at a price of course, but we'll assemble the bike for the consumer, which one will reduce potentially the return rates. But if there is a moment of insatisfaction, that person can repackage the bike potentially safely and then bring it back to our logistics hub for us as well. So that's launching a trial launch in September, October in France this year. So that'll help, I hope, as well.
Last question, maybe.
There's one more question, I think.
I think there's just one more.
No.
You wanted to ask something?
No, not allowed.
Okay, good.
Not allowed.
You can come to see us.
So we have plenty of time during the cocktail right after, or if you look for the DS Smith booth, we see you at the C72. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Michael.